Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and today we are going to start sports marketing management, which is a very important subject. If you are choosing sports marketing management as a subject, I think you are going to learn a lot of things about basic marketing, basic concepts, and also uh, you are definitely going to learn about how this marketing concept can be inculcated with sports concept, and sports can become interesting, and sports marketing becomes very interesting to you. So now let us understand what is marketing management first of all. So as the name suggests, marketing management. Marketing is creating, communicating, and delivering value to the customers. That is marketing. This is the best definition of marketing that we have till today, in my opinion. Now, let us understand what are the contents that we are going to understand in this. Uh, the first thing we are going to understand is see, sports management, sports marketing management is a very important concept, but we have to start with A, B, C first. So, we need to understand the basics of marketing management, and after that we'll slowly and gradually come to sports marketing management. So these are the contents of the slide. I mean, we are going to understand the meaning, definition, concept of marketing. Then we are going to understand nature of marketing management. Then we are going to understand objectives of marketing management. Then marketing management philosophies and concept, sort of history of marketing that we are going to understand. So these are the contents. This is the overall guideline of your first lecture of sports marketing management. Now, these are the definitions that you need to understand. Now, there is a difference between meaning and definition. When you are writing meaning of a particular thing, that means you are explaining that particular concept in your own words. So you can play with the words, you can use the best words possible to explain your information and your emotion. But when it comes to definition, definition is something which you cannot change because we are quoting uh, the words or the sentences which are given by some expert individual who is already maybe a researcher, maybe a scientist, maybe a philosopher. He has given these fixed set of sentences that you have to use. So please make sure that whatever you are writing, meaning or definition, there is a difference between these two terms. Now, marketing management is concerned with direction of purposeful activities towards the attainment of marketing goals. And it is an important operator management function, performing all managerial functions like planning, organizing, directing, controlling the marketing activity. So this is what the general definition of management is. It is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling of human efforts. That is management. When you talk about marketing management, it is planning, organizing, directing, controlling of marketing activities. Now, what are these marketing activities? These marketing activities are they start with marketing research. I mean, whenever a product is um, delivered to you, there is a huge lot of marketing research involved in that particular product. For example, you use iPads, you use tabs. The kind of technology is there, a lot of research is involved in that, plus a lot of marketing research. When I say marketing research means we are going to the customers and we are asking them that what do the customers want, what is the customer's taste and preferences. That's what is marketing research is all about, right? Matching up the product with the customer's taste and preferences is the prior most um, what can we say, is the prior most motive of marketing. So that you need to understand as an individual. So marketing management is concerned with direction of purposeful activities towards the attainment of marketing goals. So I hope this first slide is clear where we are understanding the what marketing is actually. Now let's come to uh, differentiation between the two most famous concepts. The first is called as sales concept and the second is called as marketing concept. Now, when I talk about sales concept, I am talking about a push concept. Push concept means I have not done any research on my product development. I have just manufactured my product and then I am selling it to customers. I am making the product more desirable for the customers and I'm giving some kind of scheme, some kind of discount offers. I'm pushing the product towards the customer. Now let's understand what is marketing concept. See, marketing concept is totally different from sales concept in terms of number one approach. So when I talk about approach means in sales concept, you are pushing the product. In marketing concept, you are pulling the customers towards yourself. Now, how do you pull the customers toward yourself? By matching their needs exactly with the product. For example, uh, I'm looking for a laptop, and because I'm a professional, I travel a lot of distance daily. So I'm looking for a lightweight laptop. So if somebody comes to me and asks me that, Neha, I am manufacturing a laptop and you tell me what kind of laptop you're looking for. So I am definitely going to say that I just want a light laptop with this good screen size. A good RAM should be there because as a teacher, I make a lot of presentations I save. So I need a good RAM and it should be expandable, the memory should be expandable and it should have a good original MS Word software installed in it. So these are my needs as a teacher, and if some company is delivering this kind of a laptop, I will myself go to that company and I will buy that laptop. So what the company is doing is company is pulling the customers towards them, right? So that is called as pull concept. So what kind of concept is sales? It is a push concept. What kind of a concept is marketing? It is a pull concept. The approach is different. You are approaching the customers when the product is finished in the sales concept, and you are approaching the customers when you are at the initial stage of designing the product. So that is called as marketing concept. Okay. Now the sales concept focuses on the needs of the seller and the marketing concept focuses on the needs of the buyer. So as we can see, the very first difference that comes in is the sales concept focuses on the needs of the seller and the marketing concept is for the buyer. Who is the buyer here? Customer is the buyer here. Okay, we are talking about customer. Sales concept is preoccupied with the seller's need to convert his product into cash. Marketing concept is preoccupied with the idea of see, satisfying the needs of the customers by the means of a product as a solution to the customer's problems. Right? So, the conceptual difference between sale concept and marketing concept is that in sales concept, we are concerned with the needs of the sales professional, and in marketing concept, we are concerned with the needs of marketing professionals. The marketing concept represents the major change in today's company's orientation that provides the foundation to achieve competitive advantage. And this philosophy is the foundation of consultative selling. See, we need to understand this word which is competitive advantage, right? Competitive advantage means what is your USP, your unique selling proposition, or on what basis you are fighting or you are competing with your customer. For example, if I say Domino's Pizza, so what is the first thing that comes into your mind? That it has free delivery, right? So that is the competitive advantage of this Domino's Pizza, that they have positioned it very nicely in the market. When I talk about Tanishq, Tanishq has, uh, it has 22 carat and 24 carat pure gold jewelry, which is known for its design, right? So this is the competitive advantage of Tanishq from the other brands. So what is that criteria, that parameter that you are fighting on the basis of which you are standing in the market and you are fighting with your customer? That is called as your competitive advantage. Let's move to the next slide, which is a very, very important slide. Now let us understand what we see in this slide. See, these are stages of marketing. Okay. Stages of marketing means I've told you that marketing is a collection of activities. Now, what are these activities? Let us understand these activities one by one. These are hierarchical activities. They essentially happen in this order only. So let us understand that there are four steps or four stages through which every marketer goes through or every product goes through, and then it is launched into the market. So when I talk about ideation, right? What is ideation? Ideation is idea creation. Okay, ideation is idea creation. Thinking of an innovative idea, thinking of a new idea, thinking of something which is not existing in the market. It is something which is different and you need to understand, right? So that is the first stage, that is called as ideation or idea creation. Uh, let's take example of Fitbit. Do you know what is Fitbit? Fitbit is like a it is like an instrument where you can track your workout, your daily steps count, your heart rate, how many calories you have burned, and lot of other information is being given by this digital device which is called as Fitbit. So this this idea is generated by somebody who really likes sports, or the target market are for the people who are fitness freak, which is the contemporary scenario nowadays. Everybody is so calculative about the calories we eat, about the kind of body structure, ideal weight. All these things are very much in trend nowadays. Everybody is health conscious nowadays. So this Fitbit is a very innovative concept, and this innovative concept has been adopted because and it is very successful because it is in demand nowadays. So your idea should match up with the demand in the market. As I've already said that the you should be able to understand the sentiment of the market. I mean, what do the market wants? What do your customers want? What are they looking for? Right? And you should be able to create or generate an idea or a new kind of product into it. Now, when I talk about the second stage, it is research and testing. Now, what is this research and testing? Whenever you have come up with the idea, for example, somebody has come up with the idea of this Fitbit or this watch, you have to research and test it. You have to create a product which looks like Fitbit. You have to give it to some people who are going to use it in the future. Tell them to use it for some time. You take their feedback, you improve your product, and then it is research and testing. How much endurance your product has, right? Because you have to give guarantee, warranty of the products. So this research and testing is a very important part of it. Now, when I talk about the third stage, which is called as advertising. See, advertising, or we can say promotion of a particular product. Now, when I talk about promotion, promotion is a huge concept that that involves a lot of things, right? When I say it involves a lot of things, means promotion has a lot of activities involved in that. This and basically it is creating awareness of a particular product and making space in the customer's mind and heart about your product. That is the basic aim of promotion and the basic concept of promotion. You are delivering an excellent product, but you are not informing the marketers, you are not informing the customers that yes, I have this new innovative product, please use it. If you are not saying it, nobody nobody is going to buy your product because they don't know about your product, right? So making them understand the concept of your product is very, very important. So this advertising or promotion is the most important part of marketing, or I should say it is heart of marketing. How do you promote your product? There is science behind, the excellent way of promoting your products. There are hundreds and thousands of ways in today's date through which you can promote your product. You can use any medium to market or publish your product or publicize your product. Sorry. You can use social media, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, you can use Snapchat, WhatsApp. We all know what are the social media platforms. Plus, social media platforms are very cost effective also, right? So that way social media platform is uh, going to benefit the customers thousand times as compared to the traditional marketing, because when we talk about traditional marketing it is like uh, you know sending a advertisement on a TV or maybe a radio or newspaper. You cannot track that how many customers have read that particular post or read that particular advertisement. You never know that, right? So this is called as promotion, which is the most important part. Now let's talk about selling. Now the fourth and the final stage when it comes to shop floor is selling. Now what is selling? Selling, as I've already discussed, that selling is a push concept. You are pushing the product to the customer, right? You want to just give the product to the customer. So it happens on the shop floor. For example, you are giving a free sample of some another product, a complimentary product from that product. So that is a sales promotional strategy, right? For example, there is a very famous brand of bread, and with that you are giving a free pouch of jam, right? So bread and butter they are like complementary. Sorry, bread and jam they are like complementary product. If you are taking a bread, then definitely you are going to use jam, right? So if somebody is giving you a small sachet or sample of a new jam product that has been launched, so that is like, you know, it's an added advantage. Why won't you take that? So that is a sales promotion strategy. Personal selling means you are going to the customers and face to face. You are selling a product to the customer. For example, you are selling aquaguard, so you're going to the customer selling aquaguard to the customer, right? So that is called as personal selling. And in the same way, there are lots and lots of selling strategies that we are going to discuss in the coming lectures. But right now, we have to understand that there are four stages of marketing. What is the first stage? It is ideation. What is the second stage? It is research and testing. What is the third stage? It is advertising. What is the fourth stage? It is selling the product, right? So these are the stages of marketing, right? So uh, if you want some more description of these four stages, let us understand what is written in this. See, ideation, what is it? Ideation, the very concept of marketing begins with the idea of product or services before launching the product in the market. You must ensure that certain factors so that your product doesn't face fail. You must decide what you are selling, what options are available, and how the packaging of your product will look, right? So ideation not only consists of the kind of product you are producing, but also the kind of packaging that product is going to have. That is also part of ideation. And there are some very good examples of packaging, innovative packaging. For example, Kinder Joy is there, Lay's is there. They are also using some innovative. If you have seen packaging of Pepsi, the kind of bottle is and the kind of uh, very cool stickers and Bollywood celebrities they are using. So these are all innovative methods and strategies that you use in ideation. What is ideation? It is the first stage of marketing. Now let's come to research and testing. Marketing research and testing are two very important factors for marketing strategy. Before you introduce a product in the market, you should perform it. So it is, as I've discussed earlier, that it is the most important part of any research activity, of any marketing activities, research. Because you should know what your customer thinks, you should know what your customer wants, you should know what kind of innovative features your customer is looking for in a product, right? So you should have a great idea of what kind of product or what kind of services your customer is looking for. Then, usually marketing departments must test the concept of new product which with focus groups in order to know the direction of the public interest and to determine the setting the price of the product. Now, what are these focus groups? We have to understand. See, focus groups are basically those groups of customers who are used for research and testing. So, for example, your target customers are college going students. So, you pick up 10 students who are going to college from different cities. You give your product for them to consume, and then you are seeking feedback from them. Now, this feedback is very, very important because this feedback is going to help you improve your product, right? So, that's the meaning of research and testing, and that's the meaning of focus groups. Usually, marketing departments test the concept of new product with the focus groups in order to know the direction of public interest and to determine setting the price of the product. Researching your competitors is always proved to be helpful as it gives an estimate about the existing market. Then comes the next concept, which is called as advertising. Now, what is advertising? As I've already explained you, advertising means promoting your product efficiently with new innovative techniques, with new ideas, so that your product is, appealing to the customer. Your marketing strategy helps you to create advertising campaigns, and the research that you collect helps you to constitute your marketing strategy. The importance of a well prepared marketing strategy can be known by Google's marketing strategy, which helped it to become the giant and the most popular search engine. Campaigns may include different forms of media like direct marketing, public relations, events, paid partnership to let the product reach a greater number of audience globally. Right? So it depends on what kind of scale your company is operating on, whether it is a local company, whether it is a national company, it is an international company, it is a MNC. What kind of company do you have? Right. Now next is selling. Give me a moment. Selling. See, advertising and selling are more different concepts we have already discussed. Advertising means you are promoting your product, and what is selling means you are basically pushing your product to the customers. You are making the offers most attractive so that customer go and buy a product. The buying process is longer and involves more decision makers. Thus, it is very important to determine where and how to sell your product. Some businesses sell their products globally across the world, some sell it across their whole country, and some just sell it locally. The mode of selling products may be online or offline. The impact of the distribution and sales channel is mostly on how the customer buy your product and reason behind their purchase, right? So selling is again a very, very important concept. Okay, let us understand nature of marketing. Okay, because this is the first class which deals with concepts of marketing. So it is very important to understand what are the basic features of marketing, what is the nature of this marketing. Okay, the first point is marketing management is a functional area of management. Functional area of management means, as I've told you, that there are lots and lots of marketing activities which are associated with a particular product. Functional area means there is promotion, there is marketing research, there is ideation. Um, there are a lot and lot of promotional activities, advertising activities. We have just studied the stages of marketing, right? So when I talk about nature of marketing management, it is a functional area of management, right? Second point is it is goal directed. Goal directed means it is goal oriented function. Okay, it is a goal oriented function. And what is your basic goal? You want to fulfill the needs of the customers, right? So that is the basic goal of marketing. It determines the appropriate marketing mix of the firm. So, this marketing mix is again a different topic, a different chapter that we are going to take. But right now, you have to understand that there are a lot of things which are involved in marketing mix, like product, place, price, promotion, kind of things. Next point is it is a specified job, right? Specified job means it is very specific to the people who have persistence, who have perseverance, who have patience, the people who are people friendly, who like to talk to people, who like to make friends, the people who do not easily get disheartened, because marketing is difficult, everybody cannot do marketing, but that's why it is a specialized job. It needs a specific kind of training. It needs a specific personality characteristics that you should possess if you are planning marketing as your career, right? This is marketing concept in action. So, what is marketing concept in action? We know that marketing is something that deals with fulfilling the customer needs very efficiently as so to make the customers happy about your products and services. Next is objectives of marketing management. Now, these are the objectives of marketing management. Objective means what are the basic motives, what are the basic aims of marketing management, right? Uh, why we are doing this activity in the organization first of all called marketing. So, this is that's why it is important to understand the objectives of marketing management. The first and the very important objective is the determination of customer needs, right? So, what is the meaning of customer needs? Customer needs means you are you basically want to fulfill the customer needs and customer wants. Okay, for example, we have some basic needs of food, of thirst, of hunger, of clothes. We want some place to live on, right? So these are the basic needs that we are having. So the first is determination of customer needs. Second is creation of customers for the business. See, we have created a product, so now it is our responsibility to sell that product. Creating loyal customers, creating a target market is very important. Okay, you want to take out a segment from the market for those who are making that particular product, right? So creation of customers for the business, a target market for a business is very important. Next, of course, is customer satisfaction. What is the basic motive? You want to fulfill the needs of the customers and make them happy and satisfied, right? We are here in the business where customers are king. So, um, customer satisfaction should be the foremost priority of a particular firm. Next is generation of profits for the business. So, definitely you want to earn profit for a business. That's why this is the basic motive of marketing. Earn goodwill for the business is again very important. You want to earn goodwill for the market, you want to make your customers happy and satisfied, and you want to portray a positive image of your company in the minds of the customer. Contribution to national development. So, how you are going to contribute in a national development? You are serving to the customers, to the civilians of a particular nation, to the citizens of a particular nation. So, definitely, you are contributing in the fulfillment of national goals, right? You are contributing, you are helping people. For example, there is a concept in marketing which is called as societal marketing. So, what do we do in societal marketing? We actually, spread the word in the minds of the customer. We make customers aware of a particular social problem, right? For example, if you see ad of Dettol, right? If you see ad of Dettol, so it is basically a medicated soap, but you see the marketing campaigns of Dettol where Amitabh Bachchan is coming, different celebrities are coming, and they are telling you to wear mask, to use sanitization, hand sanitizer, all these things. So they are sending a message to the public also at the same time that please do this, otherwise you are going to pay for it. So contribution to national development in the form of revenue generation is there, in the form of social marketing is there, in the form of satisfaction of need for customers is there, right? Many other social development or social marketing concepts, if I may say that, you know, for example, whenever you go to a cinema hall, then the message comes that smoking and tobacco, these all things are very injurious for health, right? So, what are all these things? These are types of uh, social marketing, right? These are all types of social marketing that they are doing. Next is raising the standard of living of the people. So, it is very important if we order to, in order to develop a particular country, it is very important to improve the standard of living of people. Very important. That's the very important part of a country, right? So, if you want to improve the status of the people, if you want to improve the kind of life they are living, it is important to uh, give them employment. It is important to give them increase their income so that they can make their life easy and more comfortable and more luxurious, right? The more easy your life is, the more luxurious your life is, the greater is your standard of living. How can we do that? How can we improve the standard of living of people? By helping them. How can we help them? Either providing them employment. Marketing sector has highest number of jobs available in the market. If you go to Naukri.com or other job portals, job related portals, you will see that the maximum number of jobs are in the marketing sector, right? So that's how we are improving the standard of living of people. We are also we are also satisfying the needs of the customer, right? We are also providing employment to the people. We are also providing information to the people, literacy to the people regarding various things that are in trend nowadays. So that's how it is important. So these are the basic objectives of marketing, right? That we have to understand that the basic approach of marketing, it starts with satisfying the needs of the customer, right? The basic difference between marketing and selling is that when you are talking about marketing, you want to satisfy the need of the customers, you want to go to the customers, you want to ask them that what are the things they are actually looking for in a product, what are the features they are actually looking for in a product, right? That's very very important, right? And again, I'm going to give you the definition of marketing. Please note it down in your copies that marketing is, it is creating, communicating, delivering these three things: creating, communicating, and delivering what? Delivering value to the customers. Why do we deliver value to the customers? Because we, that value is not just the product but the philosophy that we are selling, the physical, tangible product that we are selling to the customers, the other facilities that we are giving to the customers, the mental satisfaction, the esteem needs that, um, yes, the esteem needs that we are fulfilling for the customers. So, all these things are examples of value. Let me give you a very simple example and then I will wind up this lecture. Okay, for example, you have uh, you go to a cafeteria. For example, you are going to CCD to have a cup of coffee. Now you went to CCD, okay, and you ordered a cup of coffee, and we all know that minimum you have to spend 150 rupees in CCD if you're going for a coffee cafe coffee day. So what do you think those 50 rupees? Why they are costing 50 rupees or 100 rupees for a cup of coffee? It is not because that coffee cost you 50 rupees, 100 rupees. Apart from a cup of coffee, they are giving you a lot and lot of things. They are giving you a clean, hygienic environment. They are giving you a nice music. They are giving you an air conditioned environment. They are giving you nice, courteous people who are talking to you very nicely. Right. So you are getting a lot, many things apart from a cup of coffee. So whatever bundle of benefits you are getting in that particular CCD, that bundle of benefits, what are these bundle of benefits? Definitely a cup of coffee, a good table and chair, comfortable, luxurious environment to sit, air conditioned atmosphere, nice music to accompany with, right? A nice good place to sit with. People are talking to you very courteously. The people they talk to you very nicely. So all in all, you are getting a package deal, right? So this package deal helps you to understand that what is what. You are not paying that only for a cup of coffee, but 10, 15 other benefits that you are getting for whatever time you spend, 20 minutes, 25 minutes or an hour with your friend in CCT. So that is the value that is provided by them to you, right? So I hope you have understood the basic concept of marketing that I was trying to explain you. Let us do a quick revision of what we have studied till now. We have studied marketing management. After that, we have studied uh, the meaning definition of marketing management, the distinction between sales concept, marketing concept. Then we have studied stages of marketing. We have studied there are three stages of marketing: ideation, research and testing, advertising, selling. Then we have studied nature of marketing management and we have studied objectives of marketing management, which is very, very important, right? Objectives of marketing management are very important because when you are studying a particular subject, concept is important. The basic concept should be clear, right? And what is the aim behind that particular subject or aim behind that particular process. This should also be clear in your mind that okay, this is the meaning of marketing, these are the objectives of marketing, right? It should be crystal clear in your mind. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. I am ending the class now.